Hello and welcome everybody to Walking with Dev. Today we have a special feature, and we are doing one of 8 mythological creatures to Canada. The first one I thought I would do, which is what you're seeing up on the screen as it's changing, in short called Caddy, or Cadborosaurus, because of where it came from. Nothing else, and I'm just going to go through this and tell you a little bit about this mythological creature, which also resembles, well, another mythological creature from another part of the world. But Cadborosaurus, nicknamed Caddy by journalist Archie Willis, is a sea serpent in the folklore of regions of the Pacific coast of North America. Its name is derived from Cadboro Bay in Greater Victoria, British Columbia, and the Greek root word saurus, meaning lizard or reptile. Now, Caddy is said to be witnessed to resemble a serpent with vertical coils or humps in tandem behind the horse-like head and long neck. Well, some people even said even kind of not even a horse's head, but even a moose's head, okay? With a pair of small elevating front flippers and either a pair of hind flippers or a pair of large webbed hind flippers used to form a large fan-like tail region that provides powerful forward propulsion. Now, Dr. LeBlond, Director of Earth and Ocean Sciences at UBC, and Director Edward Blousfield, retired chief zoologist of the Canadian Museum of Nature, state every elongated animal has been put forward as an explanation for Caddy. These animals include conger eels, humpback whales, elephant seals, ribbon or oral fish, baskin sharks, and sea lions. LeBlond and Blousfield state no known creature matches the characteristics found in over 200 sightings collected over a century, noting that Caddy is described as having flippers both anteriorly and posteriorly, both in the front and the back. Darren Naish, I might have butchered the name, contends that both the doctors are engaging in bad science and have incorrectly assumed that different, conflicting eyewitnesses' reports are all descriptions of one species when various accounts are most parsimoniously interpreted in descriptions of many things. Okay, so as I said, a few of the things that they mentioned as what Caddy possibly could be, and we'll go over some of these things. So first of all is creature identifications. Okay, a sea lion. So in 1943, 2 police officers, Inspector Robert Owens and Staff Sergeant Jack Russell, saw a huge sea serpent with a horse-like head in Georgian Strait. Later, with a pair of binoculars, Sergeant Russell saw that the strange apparition was a huge bull sea lion leading a herd of 6 sea lions. Their undulations as to they swarm appeared to form a continuous body, with parts showing at intervals as they surfaced and dived. To the naked eye, the sight perfectly impersonates a sea monster. So as the sea lions, a group of them may be led by one. The first one, you'll see its head more, while the other ones are kind of diving, and you will see part of their flippers here and there. Thus, making you think that it is. Now the next one, the giant aura fish. Some suggestions have been made that Caddy could be an example of the king of herrings, or great aura fish. The species can reach 70 meters, or 56 feet in length, and weigh up to 300 kilograms, or 660 pounds. They're long and silvery and undulate like a serpent would as they swim through the water. So, like a snake going through the water, said H.J. Walker, a senior museum scientist at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, which has several oarfish in its collection. Okay. So the third way, they're saying, by identifying it, is called the basking shark. The carcass of a decomposing basking shark is often mistaken for Caddy and has fooled experts and laymen. A rotting basking shark may also resemble a decomposing Plesiosaurus. I might have pronounced that wrong. Plesiosaur. Okay, no, some things I will pronounce wrong. I'm sorry for that. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. And you can also let me know once this is done. Leave comments down below if you're ready for the next one of the Canada's mythological creatures. Sightings. I'm going to do this one first, and then I'll come back to another part in what I've got. There have been more than 300 claimed sightings during the past 200 years, including Deep Cove in Saanich Inlet and Island View Beach, both like Cadboro Bay, also on the Saanich Peninsula, also British Columbia, and also in San Francisco Bay, California. Okay? And I'll come back to it a little bit because I need to go back to one part, and this is about the First Nations accounts, according to Caddy. A native image that fits Caddy's description has been traditionally used through Alaska. The image indicates that Caddy, or Caddy-like creature, moves north to Vancouver when the waters are warm. The Inuit of Alaska has even put the picture of it on their canoes to keep the creature away. Caddy is also called Hayitilik. Now I could be pronouncing that, by the Manhousen people who live on Sydney Inlet. Chikchanko is Shishalt mythology, and Numski Li Kawala by the Comex brand of Vancouver Island. Now, I'm pronouncing these because what I know for native Indian language, for what I've been taught and how to try to pronounce some things. Now, I could be wrong because it's a different creed, different nation of the First Nation, so the actual pronunciations I'm going to be off. So please, hey, don't. Now, going back to sightings, one person, Kelly Nash video. In 2009, fisherman Kelly Nash purportedly filmed several minutes of footage featuring 10 to 15, including young creatures, in Nashaka Bay. And in 2011, a very short segment of the footage was shown on the Discovery TV show Hill Stranded, where the Hill Stranded brothers from Deadliest Catch, apparently saw Nash's footage and unsuccessfully attempted to find one of the creatures. Now, there's been several, and you'll see one of the images there that as they're flipping through, that there's a carcass. Okay, so many different time points, and I'll go over these real quick here. In 1930, on the 10th of November, a glacier island near Valdez, a skeleton was found in ice. The skeleton was 24 feet long with flippers. Some of the remains were preserved in Cordova for scientific study. The creature is thought to be a whale. Okay. In 34, in November, on Henry Island near Prince Rupert, badly decomposed remains about 30 feet long found. Dr. Neil Carter examined the remains, creature identified as a basking shark. In 37, in October, on purported Caddy carcass was retrieved from the stomach of a sperm whale in Nadine Harbor and photographed. A sample of this carcass was sent to the BC Provincial Museum, where it was tentatively identified as a fetal baleen whale by a museum director. In 41, a carcass called Sarah the Sea Hag was found in Kisilano Beach. W.A. Clemens and Ian McTaggart Cowan identified it as a shark. In 1947, in December, at Vernon Bay, Berkeley Sound, Vancouver Island, a 45-foot creature was found. It was identified as a shark. 1950, in the Lake, Oregon, a creature was found with 4 tails and thick hair. It was identified as a whale shark. 56, somewhere near Dry Harbor, south of Yakutat, Alaska, a 100-foot long carcass was found with 2-inch long hair. Trevor Kincaid is quoted as saying, "Description fits no known creature." W.A. Clemens identified the carcass as a bared-beaked whale. Okay, in 62, in April, near Ucluelet, a 14-foot long carcass was found with elephant-like head. The carcass was dragged ashore by Simon Peter and later thought to be an elephant seal. In 1963, in September, near Oak Harbor, Whidbey Island, a carcass was found with a head resembling a horse. A.D. Willander, a fisheries, thought it was basking shark. Okay. Purported live captures in 1968, in August. W. Hagelin claims to have caught a baby caddy near Dakushi Island, only to return it to the water. In 1991, in July, on St. John's, San Juan Island, Phyllis Harsh claims to have caught a small 2-foot baby caddy and returned it to the water. Okay. So over all these times, even the natives themselves have come up with something that resembles a sea serpent-like creature. As you heard the different lengths and the different periods of times, that caddy is a creature that, out there on the West Coast, okay, and you heard, the range of areas that it was found in, and even into amongst the islands along the British Columbia coast there, coming north of the border from the U.S., that the natives and even the Inuit have in particular found that caddy has been around. Caddy does have a very strong resemblance to that of what we know as Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, and maybe it did. Maybe it was brought over because of that from many, many years back ago. But the fact that the natives and the Inuit people have used pictures and other things to state that, put on their canoes when they go out fishing, so that way it scares it away, thinking that it's another one. Going back into the prehistoric, as you seen, it was one of the pictures that I have, floating through there, the imagery showing that, it's eating horses and lions coming up on land, stealing people's, animals just to eat, to deprive it as being a monster. And the one there that, somebody took a picture of, is it a moose? Is it a horse's head? I don't know. And then, other people depicting it as being this crazy monster. It's kind of like Godzilla or whatever prehistoric creature. And then the mythological sea serpent in one of the pictures. Do you think it's real? Or do you think it's just something that, it's been passed on as folklore? Because, I have one picture there that shows Caddy, and then right next to it is actual moose swimming in the water. And you see how much of the head of the moose is above the water. In some cases, it's below. This is just one part of many in the Canadian mythological creatures. Stay tuned for the next one.